Well, I've just finished cutting the last piece for an installation on the staircase, but honestly guys, this is not something that a DIY guy should attempt. If you're going to do a staircase, or if one of your clients is going to do a staircase, advise him to get a first-rate installer, because staircases are very tricky. Nonetheless, for the theory anyway, I've built a mock-up of a staircase here out of chip. It is in the correct proportions of a staircase that you would find in your house or in a house. It's 900 millimeters wide, which is the standard width. The riser is 170 and the tread is 240. Let's just recap on this. This is called the riser. Let me write it on here for you. Riser. This is the tread. That's where the foot goes, tread. Because we're going to be talking about these terms. Oh dear, I think this is with an A over here. So it's T-R-E-A-D, tread. The difference between installing on a staircase and installing on a flat floor is that on a staircase you use no premilay or sound block, and you glue everything to either the riser or the tread. Everything is glued down. Because the pieces are so small, the little bit of expansion and contraction that we get because of the humidity doesn't matter on a staircase. The glue we use to glue everything down is simple universal silicone, and it's very handy to have one of these silicone guns. So what you do is, once you've cut a piece that fits in place like this one does, we apply the silicone liberally in large curves like this, like Valentino Rossi would ride on his bike and perhaps back. Of course, in a real situation like in a house, this staircase would be made out of concrete, which means that you'd have to clean it meticulously before you start gluing anything down. Even the tiniest amount of dust will make the silicone not stick. In this situation, it's all very nice and clean, so we can simply stick it on like that. So we've done our first riser. Now we cut the piece for the first tread. I've already prepared it over here. I had to join it. Can you see over here? That is already clicked in place. Take the silicone gun and apply liberally. Make sure that you never, ever, ever touch the silicone with your hands or your fingers. Believe you me, you'll never get it off, not for the whole day, and it'll be all over your whole installation. So work very carefully and cleanly, a bit like a doctor. There's now the tread. We place that in position and glue it down. Now you will notice that I've left quite a big gap over here. This gap is now covered with the nose trim, or the stair nosing. This is what a stair nosing looks like. This particular one is in ash. Why? Because ash is a stronger material than pine, and you can see the shape of it. The piece I've left here is the piece that we're going to attach the stair nosing to the stair tread in this fashion. Can you see how nicely it finishes it off? Now, in a real installation like on a concrete staircase, you would once again screw the stair nosing to the concrete below, using those plugs like I showed you on the skirting and the screws. That's the only way to make a stair nosing secure. Otherwise, somebody walking down the stairs might stand on the edge and it would break off, and that would be a very dangerous accident for somebody. So these have to be screwed down. For our purposes here, we're simply just going to glue it just to hold it in place, because it's a demonstration only. So let's just apply a bit of glue. There we go, that'll hold it in place. And there it is. Now we proceed in the same manner up the whole staircase. Let's do the next riser. Once again, our famous silicone applied like this. You can see the minute I stop squeezing on my gun here, it still keeps popping out like this. So when you put it aside, make sure you put it somewhere, like on a surface where it doesn't matter that a bit of it messes. And we glue the next riser in position. There we go. So then we're going to cut the quarter round and lay it in so that it's nice like a picture frame around the riser and the tread. Somewhat like this. Can you see what a nice finish that now gives between riser, tread and wall? And to finish it off, we then put the stair nosing in over here like that. And that gives it a very nice, clean looking joint. But I just want to remind you again, if you're going to do a staircase, get a professional guy to help you, because on your own, it's going to be a very, very long job.